Well, my name is Jesse. I like to ride my motorcycle everywhere, anywhere, as much as I can. Enough that my wife and I have had a few discussions about that. But she's fully supportive of everything I do, so that makes it even more fun. I started riding when I was 18. I'm two motorcyclists before that. Like a lot of the other riders, I was involved in BMX and things of that nature. Pretty much on two wheels all my life, but I'm 52, so do the math. It's been a little while. I've been riding a little while. Well, in 2013, the challenge came through Green, and I just hadn't been up at the dealership there in Green when they came through. Kind of caught my interest, so I went home and started looking to see more about them. That definitely piqued my curiosity because long distance riding is something I really enjoyed doing. My first long distance ride was 1,800 miles, and I rode that in a little over 30 hours. And back when I was 18 on a little 550 Suzuki. I froze my butt off, I got cold, I got wet, but I had a lot of fun. So it just really worked with what I saw was just a long distance endurance motorcycle challenge. The more and more I talked to people that had completed this challenge in the past, and found out that there's no navigation involved. It's just turn-by-turn written instructions. When you start, you don't get your written instructions till about 15 minutes before you leave. So there's really not even time to try and plan it out the night ahead or anything like that. So for me, I literally just stuck it in my clipboard and left. And I just worked it line by line by line. And if I had any trouble, I'd pull over and get the atlas out. But I think I only used it half a dozen times at most. Most times I had no clue where I was. I knew that I was in a certain state because they told me I would cross into a state. But where in that state, I had no idea. One night I slept, I just probably could have thrown a stone into Lake Ontario, but I had no idea it was there. Nice. It wasn't until I got home and saw. So it was very, it's almost like it's being spontaneous, but it's something that's written that spontaneity for you. I've done long distance things, and then when you start seeing what they're doing with the charities and how they're giving back to the community, hundreds of thousands of dollars each time back to different causes, that really kind of inspired me to want to be able to do that. I wanted to be involved in something that gave back, and the opportunity to be able to pick how I did that was also important to me. So the year before the Hoka Hey, just kind of just a long distance ride, I decided to go ahead and chose the Hounds For Heroes program, just for local fundraising, just amongst my friends, and was very happy with the results on it. And I was like, well, with the Hoka Hey, maybe I can make this bigger. And so that's how that went. One of the things that drew me into the Hoka Hey, and this is from the Hoka Hey's website, and then I'll share a little bit what it means to me. But it says the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge shares a vision of strong warriors who are ready to lead the way with virtues like respect, honor, integrity, and compassion. A warrior isn't just a soldier who protects and defends. They are mentors, guides, and teachers. They set the example for set the example for others and lend strength to the people. And so here's where it comes in. The stronger the warriors become, the stronger the people become. And with that in mind, the Hoka Hey was more than just a challenge to be on a motorcycle. It was a challenge to me to try to live up to these virtues and incorporate doing something, giving something back for the community. And so that's how we as a people become stronger, if we're challenging ourselves, not just to better ourselves, but also challenging ourselves to do something to make things better for others, then we as a people become stronger. And so that's personal to me. And my experience with the Hoka Hey family, because it is very much a family, they embrace these virtues, encourage them, encourage you. Everybody out there wanted everybody to be able to do their best. So while there was a first place and a top 10, top 20, elite rider status and things of this nature, those were really just the result of people pushing themselves, challenging themselves, and that was just the result. It never was a race. It was really, well, how can I challenge myself to be better? And that, my 9th place was a result of that. And the donations that we're trying to raise for the Hounds for Heroes is the other part of the challenge. Well, the place that I take my dogs for daycare in Utah, the gentleman that runs that had a woman that was working for him that was out of the Marine Corps, and she really wanted to be involved in dog training, and she eventually, from what I understood, had gotten a position working for the Dog Alliance. And so that's what first turned me on to who the Dog Alliance was, and I started looking at the Dog Alliance. I know how much my dogs mean to me and how they've impacted my life, and the program that they were doing for the veterans with the PTSD just really struck a chord with me, so that's why I did that. I served in the Navy back during the Gulf War. I didn't have any personal PTSD, but years later, out of the Navy, starting to get involved a little bit with the VFW and the Legion, more with the VFW, and they had a motorcycle group, so I could be a little more involved with them. And you learn just how devastating PTSD is, and really it's a post-war killer that has taken way too many lives. One life is too many, really. And there's, in my opinion, not enough out there to help them. I know the VA is trying to step up its game, but they're just not near enough. And so anything I can do to help, then that's what I want to do. Every veteran's life matters. Anything these veterans can get to help them matters. We're in a matterist society right now, and it's crazy. But we can't forget about our veterans. Despite everything, all this other chaos that's going on out here, we can't lose sight of what our veterans need. And PTSD is a huge need. What the Dog Alliance, the Hounds for Heroes, what they're doing for these veterans and giving these veterans a tool to help them through the things that they're experiencing, it can be a life and death for them. And that needs to continue. Despite all this other stuff that's going on, it needs to continue. And I can't do it without the support and the financial contributions. So a special thanks to Cowboy Harley-Davidson Austin for all the customization and things they did above and beyond for my motorcycle to get me through this Hoka Hey safely. the things that they helped me accomplish, getting the bike ready, made a literal night and day difference, especially with the crazy lights, which helped me stay alive at night, amongst many things. They did a lot of things for me. Thank you.